Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Boba7772, and today I'm here to do kind of like I guess kind of like a Star Wars update. It'll probably be full of news that is a week or so old, blah blah blah. But this is kind of my thoughts on it. So I'll go over the cast of Episode 7 first, and then the expanded universe thing, and give my opinion on everything. So cast of Episode 6. Episode 7, I'm sorry. We have Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, or Leia Solo, according to IMDb. Peter Mayhem as Chewbacca, Harrison Ford as Han Solo, Kenny Baker as R2D2, and Anthony Daniels as C3PO. And those are the only ones I know from this. I do not know any of these other actors, which I'm glad because I wanted them to be people I did not know, though I am sure that a bunch of other people know them from somewhere. So there's Andy Serkis, and I'll probably be mispronouncing these names, Max von Sydow, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, and Donald Gleason. So yeah, not quite sure who any of those people are. Yeah, so that's from IMDb. So my kind of thoughts on that are I'm glad that we are getting all new people, or I say all new people. I'm glad that we are getting like new people who have not been in the previous films and not just like casting everybody from the old films. I hope that I forgot his name, Bradley Baker, D. Bradley Baker. I hope that he returns as Lando Calrissian, but he hasn't been confirmed yet, so that's, I don't know, who knows. And then with the other people, I do not know any of them except for the main six who have already been in the movies before. So that is good for me, at least, because I do not want a bunch of people like I didn't want Johnny Depp or anything in here because I'd be like, oh look, it's Captain Jack Sparrow, or just see somebody from something else and associate them with a non-Star Wars character. So I don't really know the people of the cast, but I'm just glad that they're all new people so far. So that's it with the cast, and then the other thing is the expanded universe. The legendary Star Wars expanded universe turns a new page. So they announced 4 new books that would be going with this new expanded universe. There's one about Tarkin. There's one about Star Wars Rebels. There's one about Luke Skywalker, and then there's one about Palpatine and Darth Vader. And those will all go with the new Star Wars canon. People, at least in the community I've been in, seem completely clueless, as thinking that the entire expanded universe is no longer there. And just to quote this thing from StarWars.com article, in order to give maximum creative freedom to the filmmakers and also preserve an element of surprise and discovery for the audience, Star Wars episodes 7 through 9 will not tell the same story as post-Return of the Jedi Expanded Universe. It's not being discarded, it's only changing, but this stuff is going to be kept in print under the Legends banner. So people are saying, oh, that means that the Expanded Universe is no longer canon, blah, blah, blah. And that is not true, as far as we know, because there's no confirmed word on it. The only thing that we know for sure is that everything after Return of the Jedi is no longer canon. Which would include a whole bunch of novels, a whole bunch of comic books, a bunch of games like Jedi Academy and all that stuff. Characters like Jason, Jaina, Mara, characters like that are no longer there. Blah blah blah. I think that there's said something about like only stuff that's on screen. Or stuff that's on screen is for sure canon, but I still don't know about that since it's so contradictory, because obviously the old Clone Wars cartoon, it's going to be hard to keep that canon, and then there's also an Ewok and a Droids television series, which I've seen most of the episodes from both of those series, and they're really good series, so are they keeping those as canon? Who knows? Same thing with the holiday special and the 2 Ewok movies. So I'm kind of hoping that they keep all that in canon, because I did really love those movies as well, despite what a bunch of people thought. I'm not even sure if a lot of people have seen the Ewok movies. I thought that they were really good. Now for the comics, games, books, stuff like that that take place before Return of the Jedi. I'm sure not all of it will stay canon, but they got a story team together, and I have to believe that's for a reason to keep some of the stuff canon. And some of the stuff that I believe that they're keeping canon for sure would be like the Darth Plagueis novel, this new Maul novel, the Darth Bane trilogy. I think that they've got to keep that canon, especially with his appearance in the Clone Wars, and it was one of the best trilogies that there is. Granted, same thing with the Thrawn trilogy, but they can't really do anything about the Thrawn trilogy because of the timeline that it's in. Now, the Bane trilogy they can do, they can keep because it's not really going to affect much. Now, for my personal favorite, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, I don't see a reason why they would get rid of that, unless they want to change like the history and all that, which would really, really upset me more than it already has. I've already kind of prepared myself for the fact that they aren't going to keep everything canon anymore, and a bunch of stuff's going to be retconned, and a bunch of the books I have on my bookshelves or games that I have on my shelf, comics, all that, are no longer going to be canon, and with that, I haven't read all too much post-Return of the Jedi stuff, but it didn't hit me as hard as it hit some people. Still, it did upset me because I've read some stuff, and I played some of the games, and I did really enjoy them. However, I do believe that KOTOR should and will remain canon, because they did recently release it for the phone not too long ago, and they keep doing updates for that. They just released a new Revan mini figure for Lego, and all of this. I mean, it's not like, oh, this is confirming it canon for sure, but this is just stuff that I see that I can kind of reassure myself of. Also, this Lucasfilm story team is working with the Old Republic, or worked with them to create one of their expansion packs, which I'm not sure if it's one that's out yet or not, but they do keep coming out with expansion packs too, and with that, it would lead me to believe that the Old Republic would still remain canon. Now, with the Old Republic, I don't see why they would retcon KOTOR, but leave the Old Republic canon, but not Knights of the Old Republic. So I do believe that both of those will remain canon. I really hope that those will remain canon. Obviously, nothing's for sure, but I am really, really hopeful on that stuff. I don't know. It could be that all the Expanded Universe stuff has been, will, not has been, but will be out, just like all the post-Return of the Jedi stuff is out. But once again, we just don't know yet because they have not confirmed everything is out. Only post-Return of the Jedi stuff. I keep seeing like a bunch of really kind of stupid Facebook posts like, oh, it's over, blah, blah, blah. And it really seems kind of one-sided. Like, it seemed like people were too lazy to keep up with the expanding universe, which is really what kept Star Wars alive all these years. And I get that they can retcon it, but I don't see why they would. At least leave some of it for us. I would kind of want to say true fans, because I think that that does fit, though. I do know that there are some fans who are true fans who haven't read, like, all of this stuff and haven't done all this expanded universe stuff, but yeah, I just don't see him throwing it all out the window, especially with characters who can still make them a bunch of money, like Revan and Bane and all these other ones. But who knows? If they do end up throwing all that out the window, I don't know how my stance will stay with Star Wars. Already, it's slowly declining. It's not my favorite fictional universe anymore. Halo shot up to #1. There's a few after that. I think that Mass Effect is before Star Wars now on my list too. I don't know. But if they get rid of all the expanded universe stuff and make it start all over, it will drop down to being, of the fictional universes I like, it'll be my least favorite of those. If nothing else, because how I built it upon my favorite would be all of the expanded universe, like the novels and the books. Novels, books, same thing. graphic novels, books, comics, video games, all that stuff. That's how I built my love for Star Wars. That's really how I got into Star Wars, especially with the Revan character. If they do retcon all of this stuff, then it will definitely be a big blow, and I'll build my trust and like for Star Wars off of the new movies and new expanded universe and everything. So yeah, here's hoping that they do keep at least some of it canon. It'd be really nice. I've invested a bunch into books and a bunch into games and a bunch into toys, just all of this Star Wars stuff. And I really hope that they do keep some of the expanded universe, just to not like destroy it completely. But you know, who knows? Nobody really knows right now, despite what people say. People say, "Oh, I really haven't heard people say, oh, well, Knights of the Old Republic is for sure canon. The Bane trilogy is for sure canon." I haven't really heard that as much of, "Oh, it's not canon anymore. You can't do anything about it. Stop complaining." Those are the people who I look at and I'm like, you don't really seem like a true Star Wars fan. You just kind of seem like, I was too lazy to read this stuff. Now it's all gone. Thank goodness. Which is really kind of stupid. I really am not a big fan of that kind of fan who is just too lazy to read all of it, and then will kind of just throw it down the tube, not like it because of that reason. Now, if there are people I know out there who haven't read the expanded universe stuff and don't really care that it's gone, I don't really have a problem with that as much. People who haven't read it and are kind of sad that it's gone, good on you for supporting the community that you're in, especially if you do consider yourself a huge Star Wars fan. If you've only like done a little of it and are upset that it's gone, then you know, you're with a probably majority there. I just don't like it when specifically the people are like, I can only do what's on screen. I can't sit down and read a book because I don't have time for that. That's like, you're really a lazy Star Wars fan at that point. If you diss the book, if you diss the expanded universe, the books, the graphic novels, the games, all that stuff. Because there really isn't a reason to try to get it all out there unless your reasoning for that is, I am too lazy to go and invest my time in these other great stories told in other mediums. That's just how I see it anyway. It's not everybody out there, but there's a large majority of people, especially in a bunch of groups that I'm in, who just have this really, really narrow-minded view of Star Wars Expanded Universe. And another thing that I see is people are like, it wasn't canon in the first place. A long time ago, there were different levels of continuity. There was the film only, or the TV only canon, or screen only, whatever it's called, which consists of films and TV series, which is a bunch more than people think. And then there's the canon that was most widely accepted, that consisted of all that stuff in novels and graphic novels and games and stuff like that that didn't contradict the movies itself, which that was really the main Star Wars canon that there was. They drew influence from the expanded universe, they continue to draw influence from the expanded universe, and it just made Star Wars really more interesting and kept it alive for all those years, along with the fans who invested their time into all this stuff. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'll try to do more updates as more stuff comes out. When they finish telling what's canon and what's not, when they have something for sure, I'll probably do a video saying my opinion of it, and that could make Star Wars rise up a bit higher, sink down a bit lower. Right now, it's just kind of ambiguous in my respect for and trust and like for Star Wars as a whole. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye.